You can't face the camera. Great rising. Afternoon. Happy birthday, Leo. Let's see what the secret languages of birthday have to say about you today. Today is Sunday, the day of the winner. You are positive, resourceful, dynamic, insensitive, isolated, and resistant. The meditation. Communicable disease is an expression of humanity's need to share. Communicable disease is an expression of humanity's need to share. Learn to give unconditionally. Cultivate affection and kindness. The best interest of others may well be your own. Winning can sometimes be losing. Health. As mentioned above, July 28th people are survivors. Therefore, they possess the great capacity to overcome illnesses and rehabilitate after accidents and injuries. They must learn, however, that not all handicaps can be conquered. Their refusal to accept what is wrong with them can sometimes make things worse. In rare cases, catastrophically so. July 28th people also have a habit of resisting dietary limitations, seeking the advice of a good dietist, family practitioner, or homeopathic, and following the recommendations can prove highly beneficial, but should not go overboard or become obsessed. Numerology. Those born on the 28th of the month are ruled by the number 1. 2 plus 8 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. And by the sun, those ruled by the number 1 like to be first, are of a definite viewpoint and eager to rise to the top. Because July 28th people already tend to be strongly dominant types, doubtly emphasized by the sun's rulership of their astrological sign Leo. They must be aware or beware of being overcome by their power drives and drowning everyone around them in their energy. So the archetype for today, the first card of the major arcana is the magician, who symbolizes intellect, communication, information, as well as magic. Over his head is an infinity symbol, which in some tarot decks takes the form of a hat, in others a halo. Many interpretations may be drawn, one of which that the magician recognizes the cyclical and unending nature of life and is empowered by its understanding. The positive traits suggested by this first card include diplomatic skills and shrewdness, but negatively, lack of scruples and opportunism. The choice rests with the July 28th person whether to use his or her power for moral or immoral ends. Your personality. Leo personality between from July 23rd to August 22nd. Leo is the fifth sign of the astrological year and is known by its astrological symbol, the lion. Leo individuals are dynamic, self-confident, and highly dramatic. They are considered to be good organizers with an ability to lead and inspire others. Sunsigns.org. July 28th birthday horoscope predicts that you are character, characteristically independent and full of energy. You have excellent leadership potential and you possess self-control and self-confidence. You are truly charismatic lion who is the life of the party. Others say that you take on projects with a unique way of thinking. Unlike others born under the same zodiac sign, you finish what you start. Sometimes you can be vague, but get the job done. As the zodiac sign for a July 28th birthday is Leo, you are sensitive to many situations that you feel compelled to deal with. As your passion is strong, Leos are characteristically warm and emotional lions. Happy birthday, Leo. Born on July 28th, you're creative, competitive, confident, warm, independent, emotional, and humble. Leo, the lion. There is no mistake as the July 28th birthday personality shows you are talented and creative. Those fields involving the media could be a good fit as a career choice. Otherwise, you are organized and have a determination to see a project to the finish line. Those you love, you may seem to demand at times, but it is only because you care. Perhaps you worry too much. You have a great sense of responsibility to your family. You never leave anything unfinished. Leo's loyalty goes without saying, predicts the July 28th birthday compatibility analysis. It takes a lot for a Leo to give up on a situation or a person. You may believe in a cause that is lost to others, as you may have an unrealistic view of relationships and people. On the exterior, the July 28th horoscope says that you appear to be self confident, but deep down, you are somewhat insecure people. Although the lion may live by another set of rules, you are the first to blame yourself when something goes haywire. You tend to think everything is about you. You should not be so vain. As a negative, the Leo, the lion, born on this zodiac birthday, July 28th, can be arrogant and are likely to boast about what they have. On the other hand, you can be humble. Choose to be humble, Leo. It will get you much further in life. The July 28th zodiac predicts that you are a generous person. The lion is the king and despises anyone who makes demands of them. However, you are likely to stand in front of a confrontation. People born on this Leo birthday like a challenge. Falling or failing is not in your ability or your vocabulary. Some people do not like you because of your controlling attitude and your bold style. As an independent Leo, you normally would not accept help from anyone. Generally speaking, if today, July 28th, is your birthday, you have a competitive streak. People know you from miles around. Your reputation precedes you. You are on the ball professionally and personally. The person who is born under the zodiac sign Leo is a person who will likely to be a mentor to someone who needs advice about the world. The July 28th astrology analysis shows also these Leo's personalities can be characteristically warm and emotional lions. The Leo with their birthday on July 28th is organized and is determined to have an extravagant lifestyle. Those born on this day are Leos who could seem overprotective as you love your family. Usually, you blame yourself for things not under your control. You tend to think that life revolves around you. You should humble yourself as others look up to you. They do not like your conceited ways. Leo, you like to compete. The reputation of a lion is important, but you do not spend too much time on who doesn't like you. As the July 28th astrology rightly says, you are independent and you will not take a hand out or a hand up. When it comes to romance, you can be unrealistic. In love, you can be warm hearted and loyal. Happy birthday, July 28th, Leo. You are typically extremely gifted and bursting with energy, independent and responsible. The person born on this birthday takes care of family. It's no surprise that some people will accuse you of being overly protective or controlling. Famous people and celebrities born on July 28th. Afro Man, Jim Davis, Danush, Terry Fox, Manu Ginobili, Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis, Sally Struther. Happy birthday, as above, so below. This day, that year, July 28th in history. 1858, first fingerprints were used as a means of identification. In 1896, Miami, now a part of Florida. In 1900, the first hamburger ever made, Louis Lesson's Ideal. In 1933, delivery of the first singing telegram. Your Vedic moon sign is Simha Rashi. Your Chinese zodiac is the monkey. The Chinese zodiac monkey is the very vision of complexity. They are intensely cerebral people who are driven by their emotions. Given time to think ahead, can see their way through a situation. But if on the spot, monkey can be expected to react emotionally, perhaps reverting to the basic slinging of poo in the worst of circumstances. The monkey sign is not concerned with their self-image, making them a bit of a wacky character, and all too often a bit of an unintentional clown. However, monkey is also completely nonplussed in the face of others, oddities, and idiosyncrasies. They let other people be themselves and take their personalities as is. The Chinese monkey people can approach a situation from an unattached, non-moralistic point of view. This allows them to be enthused by all new experiences and trains of thought. The Chinese monkey zodiac sign lives a life without fear of criticism or judgment. They care little for the opinions of others and make no effort to pass judgment on them either. After all, life is a series of new and exciting adventures, and the monkey is driven by the curiosity to explore all things. The monkeys are humble, their curiosity keeping them constantly aware that they are mainly many things they simply do not know. And thank goodness for that. If they were to know everything, there'd be nothing more to explore. And what a dull life that would be. They survived some of the life's worst tragedies by being able to find the experiential value in an event, and therefore will always survive to move on to the next experience. Consistency is an utterly alien concept to the Chinese astrology monkey sign. Everything must be new and shiny, and routine is something that is spiritual murder to them. If there is a chance of excitement, of random chance, of an experiential revelation, then the monkey is all over it. This unfortunately makes gambling an addiction. The monkey traits show they have difficulty staying away from the constant change that pulls them in. Monkey is not, unfortunately, a creature of pure candor. Instead, they will accept the opinions of others in public while keeping their private reservations to themselves. The law is an optional element in their life. As far as their security is supported by it, it will be respected. Once that line is crossed, all legal aspects are purely optional. The Chinese horoscope for the monkey shows that they are amongst the most diverse people, carrying around a mountain of talents. But often they are not a master of any of them. They are unremittingly versatile and creative. and always learning at every possible turn. Consistency in the workplace will lead to the death of a monkey, man or woman. They must be able to move freely within the world, within their work, or they will find themselves disheartened and without enthusiasm. The love for new horizons sets them well at home within research and technology or anywhere where discoveries can be made. Office politics are utterly beyond them, but it's a sad monkey that finds himself entangled in a web. The monkey personality is rather a poor choice for being a leader. They are warm and open and can accept anyone, which will make them adept at dealing with a mixed group of people. But they are far too inconsistent to be in charge of a situation. Their utter distaste for conformity makes them even less suited for this position. A boss needs to be able to guide a group goal, through to its goal. And the monkey is poorly suited to driving people in line. On the other hand, they will be decidedly good at personal relations. So those under their purview will at the very least find themselves in an agreeable leadership. If any ineffective one, the only time the Chinese monkey is suited to be the boss is if he is his boss. The monkey zodiac person will fit well in the workplace. They will bring levity and brightness to a group, but do not necessarily work well in a group. In the right place, they can be an absolute asset to a team, pointing them in previously unconsidered directions and therefore letting them break new ground. Keep the monkey out of the routine. Instead, allow him to have his reins and go in his direction. He will quickly tire of a position and be the most effective. He should be moved about within the structure, always handed new tasks, with care taken to keep an eye on his focus. Once it wavers, give those born in the monkey years something new to look at. Money doesn't drive the Chinese monkey sign, adventure does. While monkey may be able to make more than a living wage, it's never going to be what makes them pursue a new venture. They are certainly able to make financial viable decisions, and their drive for innovation can indeed make them wealthy. But in the end, it's going to be the pursuit of new grounds that's going to keep the monkeys moving forward, not financial gain. Gambling is always a problem for the monkey. Just because every new hand or spin of the wheel is going to lead them to on a new, if brief, adventure. So their relationships with money is going to be as chaotic as their day-to-day life. Dating a Chinese monkey person guarantees that you will be taking on new adventures in your love life. Unfortunately, they are also inconsistent in wandering in love. This makes life hard as they also deeply desire love and hate being alone. Their attitude makes them very quick to fall in love. This makes it difficult for them to find stable love affairs. The monkey sign also has a problem with commitment without question. When their partner becomes serious, that's when they will flee like mad. For them to be in a committed relationship will require someone as fun-loving and intelligent. Their companion must keep them on their toes and constantly surprise them. Most imperative to their love life, however, is their friendship with their partner. The Chinese zodiac monkey is an inventive and playful lover who enjoys giving and receiving pleasure in equal measure. However, they are not as obsessed as it as with it as some. Monkeys' experiences mean that they desire the love of a partner, and mental and physical play are equally important. Know that for a monkey, love will turn to play, to afterplay, and all of it is the greatest game ever. They will be enthusiastic and may very well take you into the realms that make your mind boggle. But it is another place where seriousness will never be a strong point in their relationships. The years of the monkey: January 24th, 25th, 1944 to February 12th, 1945. February 12th, 1956 to January 30th, 1957. January 30th, 1968 to February 16th, 1969. February 16th, 1980 to February 4th, 1981. And February 4th, 1992 to January 22nd, 1993. January 22nd, 2004 to February 8th, 2005. February 8th, 2016 to January 27th, 2017. January 26th, 2028 to February 12th, 2029. February 12th, 2040 to February 28th, 2041. Your ruling planet is the sun, which symbolizes your identity, personal ego, vitality, energy, and motivation. The lion is the symbol for the Leo zodiac sign. Your birthday tarot card is the Magician. This card symbolizes development of new ventures based on new ideas, creative ideas. The Magician represents us not at our greatest potential, but at our greatest potential realized. When your project falls into your lap with ease, when your product produce high quality work with ease, when the path of your accomplishments came without trial, you are in this state. The magician has all the universe's potential at his disposal and naturally knows how best to apply it and use it. The magician knows what is possible and therefore navigates the path to its execution with absolute ease. As I continue reading about the magician card of the major arcana in three different positions and orientations, upright or reverse. Most of the tarot decks, like the Rider-Waite, use the upright and reverse meaning. At the height of one's potential, we are in the heart of our art, and those things we seek to create are actively at our disposal. When harnessed, this time of freely flowing creativity can create some of the greatest works of our life. We can enter into and fade out of this place repeatedly throughout our lives, but this is purely a representation of us being in our time, place, and element. The past events. You have been in a time of great creation. You have been utilizing this opportunity through your peak, has though your peak has faded into the past. This does not mean you are on the decline, but certainly that you have plateaued. Your work in the recent past has seen you burning at your current highest potential. The present events. You have already entered or are on the cusp of a moment of perfection. This does not mean all things in your life will be grand, But whatever your project you have turned your hand to will flow easily and well with little effort applied. You will participate in this project or task as if born to it. Keep your head about you and nurture this time. The future events. A project you may or may not know about will present itself to you in the not too distant future. It will be a time of creation and an opportunity for you to exemplify yourself. It would help if you would work at your current greatest potential. Keep an eye out for it and be ready to take advantage of this opportunity. In reverse, the craftsman is in his shop, but he is not working. They are creating, at best, mediocre and pointless things that hold no part of themselves within them and that they have no passion for. They may not be in a place that is inspiring them. It could be that they are not applying themselves or do not recognize the opportunity. Your past events, your environment, or you has been holding you back in your current situation, being in a place that does not permit you to explore your full potential, or being in a mental state that does not allow you to recognize that you are, in fact, in that place. It's because it's time to take stock of this and find out if the problem is you or where you are. The present events. There is the potential for greatness in your life at this moment, but it is either being squandered or you do not recognize the significance of your current circumstances. Examine where you are at this moment. Are you not taking advantage of where you are? Or is there an opportunity you're ignoring because you do not see yourself in it? Re-examine your situations and opportunities. One of them is a significant event in your life right now. Don't miss it. The future events. An opportunity is coming that may appear to be a great opportunity for you, professionally or personally. Keep an eye out for it, as it will move into your path and try to pull you in. Avoid it, as in the end, it will not lead to any great fulfillment and will shackle your creative power and motivation. The associated colors are orange for creativity and self-expression. The associated incense are rose for inspiration, cedarwood for confidence. For the meditation for the magician in the upright position. You will feel yourself fall into this magician tarot card. As you focus comes to fruition. Visualize yourself entering a workshop. Alchemical equipment bubbles and hisses on one side. Various tools are arranged along one wall, and a great project is underway. You will see the magician there, working on his project. Depending on what it is, he will appear differently. Perhaps he's wearing a painter's smock and is working feverishly. Perhaps he is a programmer surrounded by snacks and sodas, half drunk and forgotten as the code slings past his screen like a visual sympathy or a mystical virtuoso curled around their instrument or lost in the majesty of their song. Do not interrupt him. He is in his perfect moment, and all around him is lost to him. But observe how his surroundings and his behavior and look for your message. It may be an article upon a shelf. It may be a sheet of paper or two people speaking in the corner. Let yourself become enchanted with that workplace, with the workshop, and it's a perfect expression of its purpose. If the urge fills you, throw yourself into his work, for at this moment, the magician is an avatar of you in your perfect moment, and thus it is yours to share. You may feel exaltation, a buzzing high, a deep need only scratched by the process, filled only by completion. It's felt deep inside. There is a message for you in this place, and it will make itself known to you as it draws you to it, a moth to the flame. There is a time in all of our lives when we enter this moment, and sometimes we need guidance, or we'll miss that opportunity. The joy of metaphorical hands creates something lasting, something with integrity and time. This can be found in the crafting of our children as they grow, creating a meal that will stick in the memories of our families, or building the foundation of a company or ideal that will touch the lives of those around us. Know that if you are looking for guidance in the Magician Card Tarot Meditation, you will find it. It will make, it will give you a subtle hint. It may explode like a flower of brilliance, or you may be notified that now is not the time. When you have found your message, when there is a moment in your meditation when it is time, the magician may speak to you, may show you something or dismiss you. When it is time to go, depart. Be sure to know all the points of significance in your journal. Remember the details and what drove you and brought you into the meditation of the tarot meaning. The associated colors are blue for overwork. The associated incense are cedarwood and rose. For the meditation of the magician in reverse, the tone of this magician card in reverse meditation is unrealized potential, creativity, unhappiness in our craft, or just a lack of direction. Once you have an environment conducive to uninterrupted meditation, Place the card in front of you. Light the incense and candle and take a few breaths to the center. Rest your eyes upon the card, taking in its imagery without truly attempting to see it. You will feel yourself fall into the card as your focus comes to fruition. Visualize yourself entering a workshop. Alchemical equipment bubbles and hisses violently on one side. Its purpose is forgotten. The tools that lay around are rusted, forgotten, in some cases covered with a layer of dust. In this place you will find the magician unrealized. It is difficult to place the nature of this place, as the magician has no part of himself in it. There may be partially completed work, all showing a lack of care, a lack of any real ambition. Perhaps you will observe the same thing repeatedly, or it will feel plastic and artificial. You may find him as an artist sitting on a stool, lazily and moodily drawing brushstroke over someone else's work, or performing data entry with the dull, heartless eyes of the uninspired. The magician reverse is here in a personal hell, all his hopes and dreams unrealized, but he knows he is full of it. Look carefully. Are there sketches full of loving details to be found? In stark contrast to the heart put into his work, his great work? Is there something outside the workplace doors that represents where he'd rather be or what he'd rather be doing? You may be drawn, you may be able to draw him out, to speak to him, but know that he is in a great malaise, a permanent state of his heart being somewhere else. If you can find that spark, that topic, he will explode into great energy, speaking with fire and passion, which truly inspires his soul. He may have a message for you, or perhaps it is hidden in his shop. Look carefully, for in this place all things become drab and dull, and inspiration is repressed and stunted, and the fire of the soul can fail. If this is the place you feel yourself in, look for the secret to why amongst the various detritus of the repressed workmanship's shop. If you have a tarot journal, take notes on what you observe. Record your feelings and emotions in this place and what stood out. Pay special care to note anything that left you feeling dragged down and exhausted, and that which inspired you, if that was such a thing. Within those are likely to be found messages for you. Two minor arcana cards are associated with the energy of today: the Five of Wands and the Knight of Wands. The Five of Wands speak of working towards cooperation. When the Five of Wands shows up, the movement has been imbued with conflict and friction. The ability to work with others has been complicated by the competition and struggle against one another with the need to be right. Opinions and personalities, egos and ideas are all coming into conflict. The past events. Your project has recently come through a period of conflict and competition. Maybe your marriage has seen a button of heads on roles and responsibilities. Perhaps your coworkers had different ideas of what direction you should go with the current project. Either way, this period has passed. Was it with a good resolution, or do resentments still linger? Resentments still linger. The present events. Energy is high right now, but it is being funneled in useful directions. Your current project is rife with activity and drive, but make sure you keep working on directing it in useful ways. Right now, there is a tendency to conflict and competition. Only careful marshaling of your forces will prevent it from going awry. The future events. The boiler is building steam, and soon the engine will be powering along at full speed. But on the way, make sure the road is clear and the rail is properly laid. Otherwise, you'll find your cars trying to argue about which track to take, and the whole thing could wind up derailed. Keep an eye out, conductor. The yes and no interpretation of the upright Five of Wands. It is a yes. No reading for this minor arcana card appearing in this position gives you a conditional affirmative. There will be a need to continue to marshal the energies going into the source of the question and make sure they continue in a positive way to achieve that yes. Work towards cooperation in this endeavor to make sure it works out properly. The Five of Wands tarot card meaning reversed. The only thing worse than mismanaging energy and the tendency to conflict is avoiding a necessary confrontation. Problems unresolved can result in negativity and resentment, which will clog useful productivity and creativity venues. Remember, a little chaos often engenders new ideas, so don't fear it. What does this Rider-Waite deck card have to say? The past events. You've been avoiding conflict in the environment and has been working so far, but only in appearance. In actuality, has been contributing to a situation that is likely about to come to head. It's here now, and you'll be forced to deal with it. The present events. Time to take a sigh of relief. You've been dealing with many conflicts and struggles, but this particular position represents a healthy avoidance of stress. You've come through a tough and chaotic time and are getting a brief sign of relief. It may not last. Enjoy it while it does. The future events. To achieve the goal ahead, you'll need to remain focused and face the challenges coming. You can't avoid these, and attempting to do so will not assist you or the project ahead. Progress requires change and conflict. Prepare for those coming. The yes and no interpretation of the inverted Five of Wands. The answer in this case is a decided no, combined with a stop. Not only is your answer a negative, but you're in a time when it will be necessary to avoid working on this any further. Take a breath. Let the chips fall and know that it's time to start looking past this no. With the Five of Wands, you consider everything as part as or of your success. So a positive attitude will enable you to boost your morale in achieving the right success. Learn to work with different people and you will achieve success. The Knight of Wands. Avoid procrastinating. The Knight of Wands indicates action and movement, but the fiery nature of the suit of the Wands embodies he will charge forth to make the page's dreams a reality. However, his impulsiveness can impede, as he doesn't think before he acts, leading to trouble. All he wants is the best, to be the best of the best, and to achieve his goal. The good news is he can charge over those who stand in his way, but unfortunately, this is also the bad news. So, the past events, the energy of the Knight of Wands has been driving you, and it has been keeping you motivated on your task. You've been making progress in leaps and bounds, and no barriers has been able to slow you down. You may have stepped on a few toes on the way, but so far it hasn't done you any harm. So far, keep an eye out in case you have to smooth some hurt feelings. The present events. Do you hear the horn calling the battle charge? Ambition and motivation are the letters of the day, and nothing will stop you forward progress. Be rein in those horses, my friend, but rein in those horses, my friend. Have you checked to make sure your impulsiveness isn't leading you to trouble? It may be that your first reaction isn't your best one, so keep the energy up. But take time to consider your forward motion, lest you wind up in a trench. The future events. Coming down the pike is someone who can be an absolute benefit to your plans. They will take your dreams and drive them forward with relentless force. But be careful. They may not take into consideration all the possible damage they can do charging over all obstacles. Be ready to take the reins of their energy and direct them. But hang on, it's going to be a ferocious ride. The yes and no interpretation. It is a yes. Charge forward, take control of the situation, and win the day. The power I in your hands to make the situation conclude in the way you want it to. The Knight of Wands, tarot meaning in reverse. The problem with someone as impulsive and driven as the Knight in the inverted position is they utterly dislike anything that stands in their way. If obstacles stand in their way, insurmountable way, or are held back, frustration and anger will be immediately evident. This can lead to rushing into things without thinking through first, and that's an ugly predicament to find yourself in. The past events. You've been rushing through an inadvisable series of actions lately, driven by the overwhelming need to get something done. You've been pushing through, sometimes without any idea what you're doing. It doesn't matter. Got to keep moving, 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 right? No. Stop. Slow down. Your current predicament is a direct result of this form of action. The present event. It's frustrating having to wait. All this energy burning inside you like a fire. All this power trying to drive you forward, but nowhere to go. The impulse to go is strong, but don't let it overwhelm you. Instead, stay calm, focus on the next step, and plan your next step carefully so all that energy isn't wasted on useless action. The future events. Someone in your life is going to be losing their temper with the slow pace of things soon. You probably know who they are, and they've been prone to this behavior in the past. Knowing this is in their nature, you know that they mean the best by it, but it's not going to help. Instead, try to avoid them or set them a task they can feel useful at. The yes and no interpretation. The answer is a solid, indefinite no. Allow yourself to settle and let the situation pass without further concern. Plan for your next steps to accomplish your next goals. But this situation is done. The Knight of Wands says that you need to be passionate and more zealous about your dreams to make your goals and aspirations come to reality. Your birthday zodiac compatibility. You are most compatible with people born under the zodiac sign Libra. That's me. This relationship can be an excellent one if a few compromises are made. You are not compatible with the people born under the zodiac sign Taurus. This relationship between two opposites will be stubborn, arrogant, and demanding. Your lucky numbers are 1 and 8. 1 is the number that stands for aggression, passion, leadership, visionary, enthusiast, and inspiration. 8 is the number that symbolizes balance between the spiritual and material aspects of our lives. Your lucky colors are orange and gold. Orange is a happy color that indicates positive vibes, creativity, freedom, success, and encouragement. Gold. This color signifies preciousness, splendor, knowledge, high value, and accomplishment. Your lucky day is Sunday, is ruled by the sun and signifies new ideas, aspirations, optimism, and motivation. Your birthstone is ruby. Ruby is a protective gemstone that helps overcome fear and promotes love, passion, concentration, and prosperity. Your ideal zodiac birthday gifts for people born on July 28th. Tickets to a magic show for the man, the Leo man, and a crystal flower vase for the woman. The July 28th birthday horoscope predicts that you are a charming yet down-to-earth person. And that has been your personality report reading, meanings, and meditation of the monkey and the magician, the power of commitment. Enjoy your day, Leo. Happy birthday.